November 4th, 1979. Tehran, Iran. Mobs of militant students storm the U.S. Embassy. 66 Americans taken hostage. The world watches in horror as the Iran hostage crisis begins, a standoff that will last 444 days. But 6 diplomats slip out the back door and vanish. Hidden in Canadian homes, they wait in fear. Discovery means death or endless captivity. The CIA has one insane idea left. Pose them as a Hollywood film crew scouting locations for a blockbuster sci-fi movie called Argo. This is the true, declassified story of Operation Argo, the most creative rescue in CIA history. Stick around, because what happened next was straight out of a thriller. If you love real spy stories, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We're diving deep into declassified missions like this every week. Shah X, Iran hostage crisis. 1979 to 1981, the Iranian Revolution had toppled the Shah. America had given him asylum, seen as betrayal. Students, backed by the new regime, seized the embassy demanding his return. Most of the 66 were captured inside, but 6 staffers, 2 couples and 2 singles, escaped during the chaos. They hid first in the British embassy, then split. 3 at Canadian Ambassador Ken Taylor's residence, 3 at diplomat John Sheardown's home. For 85 days, they lived in hiding. No contact, constant fear of raids. Washington scrambled. Military rescue? Too risky, proved later in the failed Eagle Claw disaster. Diplomacy? Stalled. Enter the CIA's Tony Mendez, master of disguise and exfiltration. His job? Get them out, in plain sight. Tony knew smuggling wouldn't work. Borders were locked. He needed a cover so bold, so ridiculous, no one would question it. Idea: a Canadian film crew scouting Iran for a big-budget sci-fi epic. Why sci-fi? Exotic deserts, ancient ruins, perfect for location scouting. Tony teamed with Hollywood makeup legend John Chambers, Planet of the Apes. They created Studio 6 Productions, fake office on Old Columbia lot, placed ads in Variety magazine, printed business cards, letterhead, even a fake script for Argo, inspired by Jason and the Argonauts myth. The diplomats would pose as Canadians. Canada helped with passports for humanitarian reasons. Tony and a second CIA officer, Ed Johnson, declassified in 2023, would escort as producers. Forged documents, Iranian visas, entry stamps. Disguises, business casual, cameras, storyboards. Training, diplomats rehearsed cover stories. We're scouting for Argo, a Lord of Light-style epic. Risk? If guards checked, the whole thing could collapse. But Tony bet on audacity. The crazier the story, the less suspicious. January 27th, 1980. Tony and Ed fly into Tehran on Swissair. They meet the house guests at the Canadian residences. Tension high. One wrong move, game over. They drill the cover. Names, backstories, film knowledge. Hand over forged docs, Canadian passports, Iranian visas. One had a calendar error fixed last minute. January 28th, pre-dawn. Group heads to Mehrabad Airport. Dressed as film crew. Cameras, scripts in hand. Airport security, multiple checks. Guards scrutinize passports. One official flips through pages, stamps them casually. He could not have cared less. Board Swissair Flight 363 to Zurich. As the plane taxis, no chase, no alarms. They lift off. Safe. The 6 Americans and 2 CIA heroes escape revolutionary Iran. Back home, heroes. Canada praised publicly. They took credit initially to protect CIA. CIA's role secret until 1997 declassification. Tony Mendez wrote books. Received Intelligence Star. The mission inspired the 2012 film Argo, won Best Picture Oscar. But real story? Less car chases, more quiet tension. No dramatic runway pursuit. It showed. Sometimes the best spy tool isn't gadgets. It's creativity and nerve. One of CIA's most ingenious ops, pure deception in plain sight. What do you think? Smartest CIA rescue ever? Or too Hollywood even for spies? Comment below. Next mission, Bin Laden raid? Mossad ops? Let me know. If this hooked you, smash like, subscribe, and hit the bell. We're building the ultimate channel for declassified intelligence stories, told in detail with facts from CIA files and public records. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and stay safe. Next video drops soon. See you there.